is coming to you live on TBS and streaming on Max from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm Excalibur, joined by the human suplex machine Taz and the ineffable Tony Schiavone standing by inside the ring.
And what a way to begin this telecast from the great city of Knoxville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard a week ago he wanted to confront him one-on-one. First of all, let's bring in the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay.
Taz, a great crowd on hand here tonight, the Knoxville Civic Auditorium. But Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, a lot of tension between these two men based on their shared history with Don Callis.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That is, it's not even a white elephant in the room. It's just a big elephant in the room for sure. And yeah, listen, Will Ospreay, obviously great ovation right here in Knoxville, Tennessee for Ospreay. One of the greatest professional wrestlers you're going to find around the globe, and he belongs right here to AEW.
All right, Will, you asked for it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Kenny Omega!
After 13 months away from the ring, a career-threatening surgery to get him in shape to return. Kenny Omega successfully returned to action. But himself, once again in the sights of Don Callis and the Don Callis family, and some unexpected reinforcements from some surprising source in Will Ospreay.
Yeah, absolutely. Will Ospreay saved the day, in essence, last week. But here's the thing, I mean, this whole situation with Don Callis, all the years of the friendship for decades with this man who's coming out here right now, Kenny Omega, it's definitely at a hatred level, Excalibur, for sure. But I'm fired up right now, even though they're not in wrestling gear, to see Ospreay and Omega in the same ring at the same time right now.
Two of the brightest stars in the world of professional wrestling kicking off Dynamite here tonight.
All right, the chance of Kenny, and gentlemen, it is my honor to be in the ring with two of the greats. I can say that. Will, you asked for this to be able to talk to Kenny Omega. The floor is yours.
Kenny, thank you very much for coming to join me today. Glad you're not dead. Listen, Kenny, I can't remember the last time we were in this ring and not throwing punches at one another, but a lot's changed since you've been away, mate. I've got nothing to do with the Don Callis family. I've been trying to change this place within. I've been trying to make that change. I've got nothing to do with them. And most importantly, I didn't like the way that they were handling business. So I was doing everything in my power to try and stop that. And mate, I'll be honest with you, you've come back at a really bad time right now. Moxley's got the world title hostage, and I've been trying to get over there and fight that battle, but mate, I keep running into the Callis family, and I can't do it on my own anymore. I know, listen, I know we've had our differences. You don't like me and I don't like...
Stop. Stop. You said you didn't remember the last time we faced each other in a ring. Well, Will, let me remind you, it was Forbidden Door. And in that match, not only did you drop me on my head and almost break my neck, but you stabbed me in the head with a screwdriver, the same one that Don had used months before. As far as I'm concerned, it makes you no better than him. And why did you do it, Will? Why? All because you were trying to prove that you were the best. You were trying to prove that you were better than me. Well, Will, not only did I not believe you were better than me back then, but I sure as hell don't believe you're better than me now. And it took diverticulitis to almost kill me for people to even know that you existed. So now that I'm back, Will, congratulations on being number 2, because number 1 is standing right here in front of you. So if you're here to apologize and ask for my help, the answer is no chance in hell, because I will never trust someone like you, bruv.
Listen here, you little prick. Listen here. No, you come here.
Okay. What do you...
Right as things were about to break down between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay.
Well, Ospreay was trying to extend the olive branch, but it didn't work with Omega.
Impeccably bad timing by Don Callis.
Well, look at these two prima donnas.
Oh, Kenny Omega charging up the ramp, and here comes Takeshita, the international champion.
Now he got set up in a trap there, Kenny. That's what I feel that was. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but now Fletcher, too.
Kyle Fletcher, 2-on-1 beatdown, Kenny Omega. He said he could never trust Will Ospreay, but
Ospreay, despite what Omega said, he's coming in hot.
Will Ospreay now throwing right hands at Kyle Fletcher. These two men, former friends, picking up where they left off weeks ago as Will Ospreay charging in, and now, oh, wait a second. Kyle Fletcher. Oh, very nearly took down Ospreay, but Ospreay,
Oh, watch out.
coming back, the corkscrew kick connects.
Super athletic, super unpredictable is Ospreay. Now Fletcher's in trouble here. Uh-oh.
But Ospreay didn't have the eyes in the back of his head. Takeshita, a thunderous right elbow. But now Takeshita taking down, snap, dragon suplex by Omega.
That'll definitely slow down Takeshita.
Kenny Omega, he was betrayed by Don Callis when Will Ospreay came onto the scene, much like Ospreay was betrayed by Don Callis when Takeshita burst onto the scene, but Fletcher! What a thrust kick by Fletcher!
Definitely a shot and a half right there. Omega got dropped right there by Fletcher.
And remember that diverticulitis, that surgery that took 2 feet away from the intestine of Kenny Omega. His condition, there's still a lot of questions circling around that. Taz, that's the type of injury that many men can never come back from.
Absolutely, it's super serious and dangerous. Now Don Callis getting in on the action with Takeshita. And all of Omega, look at Fletcher, he's got a chair set up to my right.
To the right of our desk as Kyle Fletcher throwing himself over the barricade at Will Ospreay. The action spilling out amongst the fans here in Knoxville.
Definitely an explosive start to Dynamite tonight.
And meanwhile, I think Don Callis, he waved in the reinforcements. It looked like Brian Cage, the Machine, came charging in, and there's the Murdoch Monster, Lance Archer.
Just too many numbers, Excalibur for Don Callis, for Ospreay and Omega to deal with. Too many numbers.
Yeah, 4 on 2. As now Archer looking for that choke slam, but Ospreay fleet-footed, but the low blow stops Ospreay in his tracks.
Yeah, massive Murder Hawk monster right there. Big Lance, giant man.
Archer and Cage, they found tremendous success since Don Callis put them together as a tag team. They're a lot more than just the muscle for the Don Callis family, Taz.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely are. Ospreay still showing life, and Archer's all over him.
Our cameras.
Where the hell is... I mean, he might have knocked Ospreay off of that bleacher area there. Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, Ospreay, yeah, tumbling down the steps as a powerful shot from Lance Archer. I think that was Brian Cage on Kenny Omega. It's Cage and Takeshita on Omega. You see Omega's clutching that midsection.
Yeah, you saw him in the background there. There's Brian Cage, shirtless with Kenny Omega, and Omega is in grave danger. Oh, maybe not. Nice counter by Kenny.
Omega, he's fighting back, but the numbers again unfavorable for Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, but Ospreay undeterred. Landing some big elbow strikes, knocking the Murder Hawk Monster all the way towards the merchandise section. But Archer, those powerful fist has, they can change the complexion of an encounter in a moment's notice.
Absolutely they can. There's no doubt about that.
And Tony Schiavone, you rejoined us at the desk, thankfully avoiding any harm as this brawl just a big kickoff dynamite here tonight in Knoxville.
A lot of tensions to begin the telecast, as we all saw, and now Don Callis has to get himself involved each and every time. I don't get it.
He wants that power. That's why Don is a leader amongst men. He is. Look at Kenny helping, in essence. Oh, my God. He was helping Ospreay, but now they're both double-goozled.
Ospreay and Omega both in the grips of Archer. But now, four fists hammering down on the Murder Hawk Monster. Ospreay trying to...
Ospreay saying, give me a hand. Oh, wow. Working as a cohesive unit here.
Ospreay and Omega! Archer sent crashing through the table!
Watch Cage back there with that trash can.
Omega didn't see it. He turned right as Brian Cage smashed down. Look at Takeshita. It's still 3-on-2 here. 4 if you count down Callis, that coward.
Just outnumbered heavily is Ospreay and Kenny Omega.
And Kyle Fletcher, Brian Cage pairing off with Will Ospreay while Takeshita just...
And this is a perfect example here why Ospreay told Omega, I need help. It's the numbers game, the amount of people, Schiavone, that Don Callis has.
Well, Don Callis, a smart guy. You called him a coward, and you're right, Excalibur, but he's very, very shrewd. He knows what he's doing each and every step.
But if there's anybody in this universe that knows the Don Callis playbook almost as well as Don Callis, it's Kenny Omega. Omega considered Callis an uncle at one point in his life.
That's the truth right there. Takeshita has something in mind here on Kenny. Kenny fighting back.
Fletcher and Cage, I think they feel like they've got Will Ospreay neutralized as Takeshita maybe thinking a brainbuster on the cement floor here.
They got to break this up or
finally,
something. This is getting wild here. Oh!
Yeah, security coming in, but security getting laid out by Takeshita.
Well, Ospreay and Kenny have no back down in them. They keep fighting hard, despite being outnumbered.
Look at Ospreay!
What the hell is Ospreay up to? Will Ospreay, this guy can fly. He's the aerial assassin for a reason.
Oh, and look at Kenny Omega!
These guys,
that lighting truss.
What the hell are they doing?
No! Omega! What the hell's off the truss? Ospreay as well! Unbelievable!
Insanity! And he's helping Kenny up as Ospreay.
Look at the eyes of Omega.
The enemy of my enemy, perhaps is my friend for Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Both men finding themselves in the sights of the Don Callis family, and both men standing tall to kick off Dynamite here tonight.
Look at the face of Don Callis.
Don can't believe it. They were outnumbered. It took everybody out, basically.
Hey! Don Callis! We saw what you did to your boys. You saw what we did to your boys. Don Callis. The next time we get a chance, it's gonna be you we put 6 feet down under. And speaking of down under, oh boy, do I have an idea. Will, you wanted an apology? Maybe it's me that should apologize. I should have trusted you from the beginning. So what do you say, Will? What do you say, people? Let's restore that feeling you were looking for in Brisbane, Australia. Grand Slam. It's gonna be me and Will against the hometown boy, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita. Oh yeah, Takeshita. My little young boy, Takeshita and Fletcher, Ospreay, Omega in Australia.
No.
Let's go now. It's been a long time coming. It's whoa. Hey. I know it's been a while, but if you guys don't mind saying it with me one more time. Goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang. Now you can hit my music because I'm scared of heights.
Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, a massive challenge thrown out for Grand Slam Australia, February 15th in Brisbane.
I'll tell you, Don Callis doesn't want no part of this. He's not in the match, but he don't want his guys dealing with Ospreay and Omega. Talk about strange bedfellows.
Yeah, but you saw when Omega and Ospreay were working together, a very dangerous duo. But you want to talk about dangerous. That's Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, they are fired up. What a way, an explosive way, as you put it, Taz, to kick off Dynamite here tonight. But a dangerous duo in the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin will be challenging Private Party, Say and Gwen for the AEW World Tag Team Championship tonight on Dynamite. Plus our main event, the Rated R Superstar Cope will face one of the most accomplished, most vicious competitors in all of professional wrestling, the Bastard Pack.
The Forgotten Bastard!
A tale as old as time.
Well, I've got a little bit of bad news for you. I am here in AEW.
First ever AEW All-Atlantic Champion.
He proved to the world, I'm the man.
Pack etching his name in history.
Who said life's not hard? Huh?
Let this be a warning to you.
Every man has his struggle.
Don't you dare forget about the bastard.
You'll never get rid of me. I'm like a cockroach, an indestructible little bastard, always lurking in the underbelly.
We will do what has to be done.
They are dangerous, they are unhinged, no one is safe.
Abandon all hope.
I'm taking back what's mine and reminding the entire world what the bastard is capable of.
The Forgotten Bastard.
A tale as old as time.
Tonight we bring you All Elite Wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee. The elite, the best of the best. We bring you Pac in the main event. Adam Copeland went to sleep in 2011, woke up in 2025 in a world where he doesn't belong, in a world that he doesn't understand, where the animals are bigger, faster, stronger, meaner, and smarter. There are plenty of weak, pathetic creatures around here, and we'd be glad to just throw your carcass on top of the pile, Adam. Adam Copeland's neck's hanging on by a thread, man. Bryan Danielson's neck was hanging on by a thread, too. I finished the job for him. Like Darby Allin had a death wish for his career, I gave it to him. What I'm saying, Cope, is that maybe the next time you go to the doctor, you get some bad news. Maybe your next doctor's visit is a worst case scenario. And in that case, I won't lose even a little bit of sleep over it. I don't sleep much anyway. I don't have time to sleep. I don't have time for relics from the past. There's too much work to do. We're building a future.
Well, from the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley to the AEW World Tag Team Championship title match. Moxley, of course, along with the Death Riders, have a very close eye on tonight's main event, the Master Pack, the Rated R Superstar Cope, Adam Copeland. But let's take you back to 1 week ago. Trios action live on Dynamite. It was the Hurt Syndicate in action against Private Party and Mark Briscoe and Tony Schiavone. To put it charitably, it was a mauling.
And that's what they're all about. They being, of course, the Hurt Syndicate. I want to tell you, Shelton Benjamin and of course, Bobby Lashley, two of the most powerful we've had in a long time, Taz.
Oh, there's no doubt that these two guys have been ultra powerful their whole careers. As I mentioned last week, I saw these two guys when they first started many years ago in this great industry. They were studs back then. They're definitely studs right now with just a lot more experience. So size and power to their advantage.
But as we heard from the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley has never been a part of an of a tag team championship team throughout his entire career. Shelton Benjamin, on the other hand, multiple times over-decorated.
Private Party?
Yeah, absolutely. Which is interesting, right? If you think about that with Lashley, but with most of his career was a singles, competitor, obviously. So, but listen, once you have that amount of experience, you can gel with someone that you have a friendship with and a trust with and be a tag team with. Speaking of that, here come the World Tag Team Champions right now. Titles on the line, baby, right here in Knoxville.
And Tony, that may be the champions. That may be Zay and Quinn's biggest hope. They can function together better as a team, perhaps better than Lashley and Benjamin. Push the pace, make the Hurt Syndicate uncomfortable, and do what they know best. Do what Private Party knows best. Function as a tag team.
That's the key, and you brought it up. Push the pace. They will have to push the pace. They are not afraid of the Hurt Syndicate. I can tell you that. We'll see how this develops, but they've got to, as we say, hit and run.
I think you're right on that push the pace thing right there, Shivani. I completely agree with you. I think that would be to the advantage for sure of the champions. Having a good time right now.
If Zay and Quinn are nervous, they're certainly not showing it.
Well, they are AEW rituals. They've been in AEW, correct me if I'm wrong, from day one.
They haven't. They are capable of great things. We have seen it time and time again. Are they capable of defeating the Hurt Syndicate? We will find out in a moment. To make it official, let's head to the ring in the Dairy Hour. Justin Roberts.
Knoxville, Tennessee! Your opening contest set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship! Introducing the challengers, accompanied by MVP. At a combined weight of 540 pounds, they hurt people. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, the Hurt Syndicate. And their opponents, from Brooklyn, New York, at a combined weight of 381 pounds, they are the reigning and defending AEW World Tag Team Champions, Zay, Quinn, Private Party.
The 15th AEW World Tag Team Champions. Taz, as you put it, AEW Originals, Zay and Quinn have a huge mountain to climb here tonight against the Hurt Syndicate and MVP. Welcome to the desk for this AEW World Tag Team Championship.
Oh, I'm in a spectacular mood. A better mood than usual, as a matter of fact. We are about to see new tag team champions crowned tonight. The Hurt Syndicate.
Well, listen, MVP, I know you're a long time, and I know you have your men primed and pumped and ready to roll. So, but you're dealing with the tag team champions. As you know, that's not going to be an easy task.
Look, I have immense respect for the tag team champions. Zay and Quinn, they have proven that they are top-tier athletes, but in their entire careers, they have never dealt with anything the likes of the almighty Bobby Lashley and the standard of excellence Shelton Benjamin.
Lashley is swinging the miss. Quinn connects the Enziguri, staggers Lashley, as now Zay launching off the back, sending Lashley into the corner. Private Party. Wow. Tony, they were attempting to push the pace, but Lashley shut it down with ease.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're quick and you're fast and you push the pace, like you said, if you run into a stone brick wall, that's going to change things, and that's what Bobby Lashley is right now.
Tag made out to Shelton Benjamin. And remember, Private Party last October, Taz, defeating the Young Bucks, the EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, ending their historic third reign as AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's how Private Party claimed the titles.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember it well. And the thing is, listen, you're dealing with, Benjamin and Lashley. You're giving up a lot of experience, and you're giving up a lot of size, power, and credibility. So it's going to be tough for the champs.
For that Silly drag.
Got it in.
Driving down Benjamin, and now the quick tag made. Quinn, though, elects not to cover, looking to put pressure on the standard of excellence. Shelton Benjamin. And we see the senton, the cover, lateral press, one.
There's kick out on one. And MVP, I'm sure that you had long conversations in prep for this match with your team about the high-flying abilities of Private Party.
Absolutely. And you know what? As you just saw, they missed an opportunity to cover. When you cover your opponent, that takes energy away from your opponent to kick out. That's one of the issues that they have here, a lack of experience. And it's going to cost.
Zay guillotines Bobby Lashley. Shelton Benjamin going down over the top rope as Private Party.
Gentlemen, I think we should clear out because...
stereo belly-to-belly.
Excuse me, my boys are about to throw a Private Party. Hey, Shelton, Roberto, right here. Right here. Right here.
What do you mean right here, boy?
Right here, right here.
What are you talking about?
We're going to throw a Private Party.
Oh, boy.
Holy hell!
Driving Zay through our announce desk.
We hurt people! We hurt people!
You just did!
You heard it from MVP right there. The champions in trouble, and the action continues live on Dynamite and Max.
Might have to get some help out here for Zay, man. He landed hard for this announce desk. Smokes.
Yeah, referee Paul Turner waving over at the medical staff.
Well, it was obviously a calculated plan. I heard you, MVP, call it out. I respect that. You called your shot, and your guys pulled it off.
And it's going to change the complexion of this match from the rope. There's no question. I'm not so sure Zay can continue.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
And now you hear the fans. We hurt people.
And Quinn crawling over to check on Zay alongside our ringside physician, Doc Sampson.
Can he continue, Doc? I really would like them to be able to finish the match. They are champions. I know they got championship spirit.
That's a problem here for Zay.
Trying to keep Benjamin and Lashley inside the ring, but Benjamin.
Well, there's nothing. There's nothing illegal. What Benjamin's doing right now is throwing him in the ring to Lashley. It's in essence right now a 2-on-1 situation.
Well, it's the last thing Quinn needs. The last thing this team needs. The World Tag Team Champions, they're in a bad way right now.
Doctor is checking. You can't see it right now on screen, but he's checking Zay on the outside for his announce desk, checking his spine and whatnot. Man, this is bad.
Yeah, the champion's in trouble here. AEW Dynamite streaming on Max, live on TBS, and we are witnessing the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin dismantle the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Zay and Quinn of Private Party.
It's Solo Jones here. He's by himself against Lashley and Benjamin. Oh, my God.
Oh! An uphill battle for Quinn because his partner Zay was driven through our announce desk. Zay being attended to by a ringside physician, Dr. Michael Sampson, but Benjamin and Lashley focusing all their fire, all their aggression on one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
And right now, Quinn is in the hands of a freight train.
And I want to take a moment to point out, Quinn, that is championship spirit. His partner's down, but he fights on. He's not afraid. He's standing tall. But unfortunately for him, he is in an impossible position.
Absolutely, I agree with you completely. And yeah, you just saw it. Quinn is really getting, like I said, dismantled here and breaking the count with Shelton Benjamin right there.
And here's a little tidbit of trivia for you. In Bobby Lashley's illustrious career, he has never held Tag Team Championship gold. That's a little extra motivation for him tonight to be victorious.
But he knows what it's like to be a world champion because he's been a world champion in singles many, many times.
He's held
Wait a second, Zay made it back. Zay throwing his body into the pinning predicament to break it up.
I'm not even mad at that. I have nothing but respect for that. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's championship spirit.
You're right. Spirit and heart right there by Zay. But you know for a fact, guys, there's no way that Zay is 100% after going through this announce desk.
And the same can be said for Quinn after being mauled by Benjamin and Lashley for the last few moments.
Yeah, guys, Zay can barely hold himself up in the corner, holding the back of his head, just draped over the rope.
But to MVP's point, he's showing a lot of heart, a lot of spirit as Mark Quinn. He's in this thing. They want to retain these tag team titles right here in Knoxville.
Yeah, I mean, Taz, think about the journey they've been on over 5 years as a part of AEW. Defeating the Young Bucks the first round of the first ever AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament. Yeah. Some people thought that they were going to shock the world and claim the titles. It was not meant to be then, but it was meant to be this past October.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you know, that was then, this is now. But I get the legacy of it, but right now, oh, that was nice. Good job by Marky. Now you got to think, if you're Mark Quinn, MVP, do you want to tag Zay in? Is Zay 100%?
And I give credit to Zay. He's calling for the tag.
No.
But is that youthful exuberance? Is that a mistake on his part? Is he hurting the team by trying to tag in?
I think it's part of being a champion.
The heart of the champion. I'll give respect. I'll give respect.
Now, Zay into the match. But at what capacity, at what percentage is Zay right now after being spiked on our solid oak and announced death? Zay, though, double-footed drop kick right to the chest of Shelton Benjamin.
How much did that take out of Zay to execute that? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, it's tough for him to follow up to your point. But I'll tell you what, it's showing me that Private Party, how important these tag team titles are to Private Party. How hard they're fighting in this uphill battle. Wow, face first goes Benjamin.
Benjamin driven down face first. Quinn up to the top. Whoa! 50 splash. Private Party. Are they going to do it? No! Lashley there to intervene.
Oh, that was so close.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I promise you, it wasn't close at all.
For a man that's never held a tag team championship in his career, those were great tag team instincts shown by Bobby Lashley there.
Good call on that, Excalibur.
Nice counter by Benjamin. He wants to get Lashley in this thing. Right move. That's the right move at this point.
And let's not forget that Shelton Benjamin is a multi-time tag team champion, a tag team specialist. So at this moment, he's actually the captain in the ring right now.
Right now, though, Bobby Lashley finding himself being ping-ponged back and forth. Look at this, the roll up, the tight stack. Lashley. Powerful kick out to break free.
He might be done.
Zay cut in half. The cover made, and Quinn, though, breaking it up, keeping Private Party's Tag Team Championship alive.
Big release German suplex by Shelton Benjamin. Maybe another one coming here on Mark Quinn.
That's Shelton Benjamin throwing a Private Party. See what I did there?
I like that. I got you. I got it.
Two-time NCAA All-American Shelton Benjamin throwing with ease, and Bobby Lashley somehow making it look even easier, Taz.
Yeah, no, big-time power by Bobby. That's been his MO for a long time. Uh-oh.
Spear from Lashley.
Turn him inside out.
Zay completely turned inside out. And we have champion.
Wow. And there it is.
And new AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Hurt Syndicate.
Excalibur, not taking anything away from the athleticism of our new champions, but the die was cast when Zay was put through this table here.
That changed the complexion of the entire match. That changed the complexion of the reign of Private Party as AEW World Tag Team Champions. Unfortunately for them, Zay and Quintez showed a lot of heart tonight, but they walked into the proverbial buzzsaw.
They did, and it was a game plan by the Hurt Crew, man, for sure. I mean, I know you're saying, Shivani, but this announce desk was part of that plan from MVP. Of course. Definitely, and it worked.
Of course.
And we're going to have monitors working on here. I don't know if you guys see this, but Briscoe's out here to check on Private Party.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of for Private Party, but congratulations to the Hurt Syndicate fans. Let's take you back to 1 week ago when we found out who will challenge Mariah May at Grand Slam Australia.
I am the most disrespected champion in AEW history. I have raised this title to a level it had never seen before. Every match, every moment, every massacre, and I made it all look so good. And how does this company repay me? By enabling a deranged woman for a second time. This is what you have for your champion? A woman I played like a dysfunctional fiddle and beat without blinking an eye? Fine. Let's play your game, and I will scramble her shallow brain even worse than I did the first time. And when she's gasping for air whilst I'm grasping my goal, every fan and every person in AEW realize one thing. You don't deserve me. Tony Storm, I can't wait to meet you.
Tony Storm, this Saturday you're going to meet Mariah May face-to-face ahead of your match coming up in Australia. What are you anticipating?
I'm so nervous and excited. I don't know what I'm going to say. Excellent!
Hey, Tony, from one non-quirky Australian to another, I just want to say, good luck.
Harley, there's no reason you can't wrestle in Australia too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people thought you were a bit of a bogan, but mate, we put on a hell of a banger for two Sheilas fart-assing around and less than budgie smugglers, don't you reckon? And then when you snagged a guitar, I thought, good on ya!
Cheers, mate.
You know, I'll admit, when I met you at first, I thought you were a bit of a jag. But bloody oath, you had one bloody ripper of a show, and I thought, good on ya! That's the type of Sheila I'd do a shoey with. You know, if I wasn't off the grog. No, mate. See you in Australia?
See you in Australia?
Yeah.
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 I didn't get a word of that.
Grand Slam Australia, February 15th in Brisbane. Mariah May will put the AEW Women's World Championship on the line against Tony Storm. But before it's Tony time in Brisbane, this Saturday night, Collision, homecoming in Jacksonville. Mariah May, Tony Storm, face to face this Saturday night on TNT and Max.
Jeff Jarrett, you are up next. But last week, MJF had some really heinous things to say.
Can I talk to you for a minute? I need to talk to Jeff for a minute. Okay. Remember what we talked about, okay? Last week, you getting down in the mud with MJF, that's not who you are. It is not who you are anymore. Jeff, I didn't like it. You know I was upset. And it reminded me back...
Look, I got it, Karen. I got it. I got this. Relax.
The last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, on his way to the ring. But those heinous things that MJF said about Jeff Jarrett, Tony, I mean, not only was it personal, not only was it about Jeff's family, but also invoking the name of Owen Hart, Jeff Jarrett's departed friend.
Yeah, you know, but I agree with Karen on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett.
What's the old expression, Tony? Lay down with dogs, the only thing you get is fleas.
I've heard that expression before, but you know what? She said stay out of the mud with that guy, and I agree. I mean, he brought some bad things out of Jeff, some bad that Jeff normally wouldn't say on a television show.
MJF can do that. He's a master at it.
What's up, Knoxville? It's great to be back in the volunteer state. You know, as I was driving up I-40 last night, trying to gather my thoughts, figure out how I was going to address what happened last week, another fellow Tennessean came to my mind. One of my greatest mentors, none other than the King, Jerry Lawler. And it took me back to a tag match early in my career. I was on right before Lawler. He was watching my match. And for the better part of 20 or 30 minutes, these two guys, candidly, they beat my ass. But not only physically, verbally. And as I was making my last-ditch effort and throwing my haymakers, I threw in a few verbal jabs myself. And I got back to my dressing room, and right in behind me came the King. He shut the door, and he got up right in my face, and he said, Jeff, what the hell are you thinking out there? Don't ever get in the gutter with your opponent. I'll just say this. Sometimes it's good. No, sometimes it's great to come back home to remember who you are. MJF, you're going to find out exactly who the last outlaw is. Max, we're going to settle this Southern style somehow, somewhere, someplace. No lights, no camera. As we say around here in Knoxville, I'm going to take you out to the woodshed and beat your ass. But enough about that one-hit wonder. I want to get back to talking about you guys, because you guys inspired me. You guys gave me the juice to get into the Owen Hart Cup last year. You guys, let's get real right now. You guys have given me a gift. You ask yourself, what's that gift? The gift of a 57-year-old man believing in himself that he can become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So let's get right down to business. AEW World Heavyweight Champ, Jon Moxley. Let's get out here and talk.
Whoa. Holy smokes.
Yeah, we heard from Jeff Jarrett weeks ago that that fire has been rekindled inside of him.
Be careful what you ask for, as the expression goes.
You better look around, too. You never know. But, oh, my God.
Let's go, Jarrett.
Oh, wait a second. Claudio Castagnoli, the emissary of violence for Jon Moxley. A thunderous uppercut laying out Jeff Jarrett.
Well, Jeff Jarrett was looking towards the arena here where they usually come out, the Death Riders, but Claudio was one step ahead of him.
Nobody gets to Jon Moxley without getting through me first. Let me give you one piece of advice, Outlaw. Stay out of our business.
Wow, Jeff Jarrett getting dropped by Claudio Castagnoli. And Claudio leaving with the microphone, but...
Claudio! Yeah, turn your ass around.
Whoa, man, Jeff Jarrett, buddy.
You know me better than this. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. Oof.
And Claudio turning his attention back towards the ring.
Yeah, Mox is my target. Claudio, what about this? I beat your ass next week, I get my world title shot.
Beating you lifeless. An interesting proposition. I'll see you next week.
Wow, Claudio Castagnoli.
It's on next week, folks. It's on in Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, I got to tell you, I give Jarrett a lot of credit for his confidence, but that's a tall order beating Claudio.
In more ways than one, Taz, but still to come tonight, Hangman Adam Page will be in action live on Dynamite, plus our main event, the Rated R Superstar Cope takes on the Bastard Pack. But coming up next, AR Fox will tangle with the former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland.
Didn't expect this.
How is she in this match?
Megan Bayne has been tearing it up in Japan, now making a surprise appearance as part of this Casino Gauntlet match.
He'd be a new force here in the women's division of AEW.
Confidence and poise all over Megan Bayne's face.
Bayne looks tremendous.
This is just what AEW needed, more monstrous women.
Megan Bayne, the surprise entrant in last week's Women's Casino Gauntlet match, and a potential danger to anyone holding a championship in AEW's women's division.
Well, that's a fact. Dangerous lady.
This baddest second one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied by Prince Nana from Tacoma, Washington, weighing 230 pounds. Swerve Strickland.
Well, Tony Schiavone, 2025 didn't kick off quite the way that Swerve Strickland hoped.
No, absolutely it did not. And of course, it got 3 weeks ago very, very bloody at the hands of, I can't believe that Ricochet would do this.
Crazy violent maneuver here. He's a dangerous guy.
Yeah, it was
Ricochet.
It was Swerve taunting Ricochet with the toilet paper, but Ricochet reminding Swerve that scissors beats paper every time. But just as Ricochet was about to address the fans, Swerve Strickland made his return and very nearly ended Ricochet before the challenge was thrown out for Dynamite coming up in Atlanta in just a couple weeks' time.
That chain would have cracked Ricochet's skull. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
From Ansonia, Connecticut, weighing 185 pounds, A.R. Fox.
That's a long history between A.R. Fox and Swerve Strickland, extends well beyond what occurred a couple of years back in AEW. Remember, it was Swerve and Fox that joined forces to attempt to take down Darby Allin and Sting, but that was because of their relationship dating back more than a decade, Taz, where A.R. Fox served as a mentor, almost like a big brother, to hear Swerve tell it to Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, definitely a long, deep history with these two men. But, man, that is definitely old news, because you can see in the eyes of both these cats, they want to hurt each other.
And let's remember what happened at the home of Nick Wayne back in August of 2023.
Yeah, it was long before Nick Wayne fell in with Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. Right now, though, Fox and Swerve starting things off. Big exchange of forearm strikes in the center of the ring. Boot to the midsection by Fox, trying to change the tempo on Swerve. Swerve finds his feet, but Fox finds his. Both men looking for the suplex, and Fox finds his footing on the apron. Swerve back elbow drops Fox out to the floor.
Speaking of footing, you got to keep an eye on. Whoa! I was just saying on Strickland, because he's fleet-footed for sure. That was very athletic and well done.
Yeah, the former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. He's carrying more than 230 pounds, but he moves with a cat-like ease, as we saw there with that moonsault.
Right now, got his back. A.R. Fox got his back to. Whoa!
Fox
baited him in.
He knew exactly what Swerve was going for, and he caught him with that kick on the shoulder. As we see Ricochet, the man that 3 weeks ago launched that brutal, that bloody assault on Swerve Strickland. He's in the house here tonight, Tony.
And, he just arrived.
And Tony, look at in his pocket there, where a pocket square would go. I think that's those scissors that he's always running around with.
Absolutely, it is. He holds it like a badge for what he did to Swerve Strickland.
And now Fox, though, we turn our attention back to the ring, accelerates the ropes. Swerve dropped his shoulder, dropped Fox off his feet.
A body weight advantage for the former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland.
And it wasn't always the case. You know, when these two men first met, it was Fox that was the more experienced. He was the larger of the two men, but time has changed many things. Swerve Strickland with the advantage, and the action continues live on Dynamite.
Swerve has that serious, no BS look on his face. I mean, he is a man who, right now, and I would say that Ricochet has lit a fire under Swerve, but he's always like this.
That's how you have to be, hence why the man became world champion. He's locked in, he's focused. Very important to be that way, in my opinion.
You have to remember that Swerve, he gave himself the moniker, the most dangerous man in professional wrestling.
And he lived up to it.
He certainly did. We've seen the violence that Swerve is willing to dish out on numerous occasions, but we were also surprised by the violence that Ricochet was willing to dish out.
Yeah, and I understand the moniker, the most dangerous man in professional wrestling, but when another guy's holding a scissor and pounding you in the head with it, at that moment, he's the most dangerous man in wrestling.
Well, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there was a couple of neck breakers given to A.R. Fox. And now there's a third baby coming here off the rope, off the second rope.
Oh, right onto the shoulder. When your feet are off the ground like that, Taz, it is just all impact. That is spine on shoulder.
Correct. You're exactly right. It's a cover here. Hold on.
Cover by Swerve. Fox.
Well, that, to your point, Excalibur, you know, your body weight is dangling, and next thing you know, the guy does a neck break, and it's all on your upper spine and neck. That's rough.
You see Fox, he's struggling here in the early goings of this match.
Prince Nana, he's drinking a cup of Java. What a chop.
You see Fox being reacquainted with the power in the hands of Swerve Strickland.
And Fox a fighter, and you're seeing it right now, although, that's his first real big offensive move of this match.
As Fox now charging in. Low cutter there by Fox.
Well, both these men have a lot of experience. Pretty sure Fox has a little bit more, but they're both highly experienced, Excalibur.
Yeah, highly experienced inside the ring. And both, I mean, the reason they came together, the reason they found common cause so early in their careers is the shared military background of both men. They spoke the same language, essentially, Taz.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a bond. Band of brothers, in essence. Came in there just throwing shots to the body, the face. AR Fox now face first into the turnbuckle. He's all over Swerve.
And it seems like that shoulder of Swerve.
Jeez. Hammerlock the arm like that. Shivani run into the deltoid first. That's rough into the buckle.
And you know, Swerve, Tony, he went for that uppercut off the middle rope. Fox anticipated it and caught Swerve with that up kick. It seems like that shoulder is going to be Fox's target as this match progresses.
Yeah, Fox knows what he's doing. I mean, if you look back in the pre-AEW careers, Fox has 4 singles wins over Swerve, so he knows what it takes to beat Swerve. But since that time, Swerve has been a world champion. He has gotten better. He has gotten stronger. So it's a different man, although you can see they do know each other quite well.
Now, Fox, he's earned victories over Swerve outside of AEW, but he's never defeated the former world champion inside an AEW ring. But right now, Fox feeling comfortable. Can't afford to put in cruise control, though. Swerve is not a man to be taken lightly. AEW Dynamite live on TBS and streaming on Max from Knoxville, Tennessee. Swerve Strickland, the former AEW World Champion, facing a longtime friend, longtime rival in AR Fox, but Swerve fighting his way back into this match, Tony.
And of course, he's got to concern himself with the match. For one thing, he does not realize that Ricochet has arrived.
One thing that Swerve Strickland doesn't realize.
Right, that Swerve Strickland doesn't realize, of course. And that's dangerous. These are dangerous waters for Swerve. He doesn't even realize it right now.
Ricochet, of course, Taz, as we saw moments ago, and as we saw 3 weeks ago, the man that attacked Swerve with those scissors, that bloody, brutal assault. But right now, the assault being launched by Fox, that DDT on Swerve.
Yeah, well, listen, this guy Fox can turn it around real quick, super athletic, very fast, a lot of experience, as we pointed out. Look at that. What the hell? That was wild.
AR Fox launching off the ring post, the moonsault at the Swerve on the floor.
Makes it look easy. And that's, again, a guy who's done this style for many years, meaning AR Fox.
And now Fox, springboard, nope, launching over the top into the middle rope. Looking for Hurricane Rana, but there's the strength, the size that Swerve has put on in recent years. Picking up Fox, driving him down with the power slam.
Nice counter by Strickland into that turning his hips properly on that power slam. That's the key with a power slam, hip rotation.
And Fox struggling to get up to his feet. Swerve biding his time there, connects to the uppercut. Tony, we saw Fox targeting the arm of Swerve Strickland, but it doesn't seem like there's too many ill effects.
No, not at all. Swerve, as you said, has put on a lot of weight as of late, a lot of strength, a lot of power that Fox probably is not familiar with coming into this match.
Now, that's a good point there, Shivani. I think you're right about that. You put on quality weight, quality muscle,
right.
Has Strickland.
How about this crowd tonight? What a tremendous crowd here in Knoxville.
No doubt about it.
Swerve. Swerve, he was lining up Fox for the house call, and in comes Ricochet. A wild swing by Ricochet with those scissors. Oh, look at Prince Nana. He's got a pipe.
I don't blame him.
Weapon versus weapon. That's the dude with the scissors, though. That's Ricochet.
A standoff here now. All that's going on. AR Fox lands that pump kick.
Ever the opportunist is AR Fox. He saw.
I would not follow Ricochet to the back if I was Prince Nana, and he just did.
Low maintained by AR Fox. The leg is hooked. The cover is made. But Swerve Strickland kicking out.
That would have been a massive upset in my opinion.
And Fox springing to the top, looking to continue to apply pressure. 450. Splash. The pool was empty.
God, what a landing that is. A crash and burn for sure. He's in trouble, is Fox. I'm telling you.
Fox avoids the big pressure, the roll-up, and again a very near fall.
Spoke too soon. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Fox has wrestled a very, very good match here.
But Swerve Strickland
face first.
Leaping flatliner. Swerve, his face introduced to the mat once again. The house call. And Fox, he's quite a ways away, but I don't think that's going to stop Swerve Strickland.
I'm telling you, Strickland's going to fly.
Swerve! Stomp on target!
Gotta be it.
Cover is made! And the victory belongs to Swerve!
Here is your winner, Swerve Strickland!
Despite the attempt by Ricochet, that wild swing with the scissors in his hand, Swerve Strickland prevails over AR Fox. But Tony, you're right. Prince Nana, ill-advised for him to chase down Ricochet, even with that pipe in his hand.
And I don't think Swerve realizes that Prince Nana has even left here, but he was egged on. He was goaded on by Ricochet. And
Swerve, hey, Swerve, hey, Swerve. You know, the risks you take. These are the risks you take when you think it's okay to bully and embarrass people. Like last week, when everybody thought it was okay to boo me and take away my time to speak whenever I've got something to say. That's okay. I give you that one. Because next week, you all will be forced to hear everything that I got to say. And believe me, there's a lot that I want to get off my chest. Ain't that right, Prince Nana?
Whoa.
You see, I could gut you like a fish right now for what you did to me last week, thinking that you could embarrass me. But I need you. I need you to tell Swerve that this may be his house, but there is a new landlord in town, and rent is due.
Wow. Nana very lucky right there to avoid catastrophe. Ricochet with the upper hand. Remember, those two men will meet in 2 weeks' time. Dynamite was returned to Atlanta, but fans, let's take you back to 1 week ago. Powerhouse Hobbs challenging Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. It was a dominant performance by Hobbs, but unfortunately for him, the numbers were against him, Tony. It was not Hobbs' night.
No, and that's the way it is. When the numbers were against him, it was a bloody battle from the word go. But again, it's the Death Riders as a unit.
But then Hobbs this past Saturday, the showdown and the victory at Collision Maximum Carnage.
Hi guys, and welcome to another New York Minute, coming to you live from Knoxville, right here nestled in the Rocky Mountains. But unfortunately this week, we're a little bit more dour. We're a little bit more somber, because the Learning Tree lost last week on Maximum Carnage Collision. We were essentially beaten by the Outrunners and Powerhouse Hobbs, even though we tried to take Will Hobbs out before the match, but we failed at that, didn't we, Bill?
As the Learning Tree always says, failures are the signposts on the road to success.
Really? Really? That's what you're gonna say? You're comfortable with us losing, Bill, and attributing it to a learning moment? Well, learning moments only work if you learn from them. When are you going to start using the knowledge that I'm bestowing upon you, Bill? Huh? We lost last week because of Will Hobbs. What are you going to do about it, Redwood?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Right, LT. Last week, Hobbs and I went face to face. He may have won the match, but he did not beat me. And that's because he can't beat me. And you want to know why that is? Because I am the biggest, baddest man in this entire company. Hell, in the entire industry. So you know what I'm going to do? This Saturday in Jacksonville, Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm coming to find you.
Wow, Big Bill with the challenge for Powerhouse Hobbs collision this Saturday in Jacksonville.
Well,
And
Jericho had him motivated right there.
It's supposed to continue here on Dynamite.
Yeah, we had a match schedule. I mean,
we've got a competitor in the ring.
Of course we do. And what's... Good God.
And this disgusting human being barely.
He doesn't respect our company. He doesn't respect the match that's in the ring. He respects no one. He is so self-centered. He is disgusting.
Wow, that's a little strong.
That's disgusting and charitable,
music.
actually. He is the lowest of the low. He is MJF.
Get the hell out of my ring. Jeff Jarrett, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, you deserve to give every single wrestling fan an apology after your actions last week. But if anybody deserves an apology more than anybody else, it's me. I mean, let's face it, Jeff, when I offered to help you win the AEW World Championship as long as I was first in line for a world title shot, I didn't do it because I believe in you. No. I did it because I thought you'd be the easiest to manipulate and damn sure the easiest to beat. Jeff, the fact that you actually think in the year 2025 that you're gonna be the next AEW World Champion without my help goes to show you're about as senile as you look. But I'm telling you this, if you aren't yet, by the time Claudio Castagnoli is done beating your brains in next week, you will be. Jeff, I know you think if you grind hard enough, if you work hard enough, you're gonna earn yourself more time in the only sport and occupation you've ever known and loved. But Jeff, I'm here to tell you the truth. Professional wrestling doesn't love you anymore. These fans, they don't even love you anymore, Jeff. These dumb hicks can chant all they want, Jeff. It doesn't change the fact that you're about to find out the hard way that sometimes you're better off making a deal with the devil instead of defying him.
MJF continues to think quite highly of himself. Even with, well, this is the match that we were waiting for. This is the man that MJF interrupted.
And this man's got a very, very short fuse, as we know. I wouldn't want to interrupt this man, Taz, I can tell you that.
Hangman will play games. He's not normally in a good mood. And I think you guys might be right. He might be a little pissed off at old MJF right there.
Hangman Adam Page, who this past Saturday at Collision, it was a bloodbath, Tony.
Yeah.
He defeated Christopher Daniels in that Texas death match. A man who Christopher Daniels and Hangman Page considered a mentor at one point.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm telling you right. He usually doesn't do the right thing, but MJF's doing the right thing now.
Pretty sure he just told, pretty obvious when he said to MJF, get out of the ring, I got a match. And he kind of jumped his entrance, meaning MJF jumped, Hangman's entrance. And speaking of getting jumped, Hangman, poor guy, he's in a lot of trouble right here.
Yeah, well, this is Tyler Shoup, played 4 years at Penn State college football. His dad was a longtime college football coach, Bob Shoup, and Rusty was his first love. I'm not so sure now, though.
Hangman, the cover and the pin.
He might want to head back to Happy Valley.
You're not getting the match. And his head will join him later.
Page. Oh, wait, Hangman. Not done. We're going to make an example of this. Oh, wait a second. Hangman at the double underhook. And the Angel's wings.
Wow, that's nasty.
As if what he did to Christopher Daniels this past Saturday wasn't enough. Now, using Daniels' finishing technique there.
Yeah, Daniels, as we know, needed medical attention. And then, as he was walking out, he came back to attack.
Speaking of Daniels,
this could be trouble for Christopher Daniels. You see wearing that neck brace. I saw him earlier in the day, and he was not moving well.
Again. You want me to beat your ass again? Is that what this is about?
Stop. I don't want to fight you, Adam. I never wanted to fight you, okay? I swear to you, all I ever wanted to do was be a friend to you, but I see now that I messed that up. All right? Every time I approached you, it was like I was pouring gasoline on a fire. And then you attacked me, you said what you said, and I let my ego and my insecurities escalate this to the point where I accepted the most violent match against the most violent man. I regret that, Adam. I'm going to regret that for the rest of my life. Because after that Texas death match, that last buckshot lariat, added to all the damage I've done to my neck over the years, my doctors have advised me to never wrestle again. So I'm here face to face to tell you, you win. You've won the last match that I'll ever wrestle. So this is goodbye. I'm sorry. And I hope you can be happy now.
wow, that was heavy, man. Wow. I don't think Hangman realized that. How could he? The camera out of my face.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite live on TBS and Max. A red hot start to the evening. Omega and Ospreay working in tandem and throwing out a massive challenge.
And Fletcher, Ospreay, Omega in Australia. Let's go!
Don Callis' worst nightmare has come true. It is official. Ospreay and Omega, Takeshita and Fletcher, Grand Slam Australia. But that wasn't the only tag team intrigue we saw when the action kicked off on Dynamite. It was a dominant performance by Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Syndicate, the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Who can stop these men?
Knoxville! Say hello to your CEO. 4 belts Monday.
Mercedes, a huge congratulations to you. Now the Rev Pro undisputed British women's champion. You've got 4 championships in your collection. But look, Mercedes, from the minute that you walked in here to AEW, you've been saying how you want to take things global. You've obviously been doing just that. We're so early into 2025. What else do you have planned?
Renee, you know what? You are right. I am a global champion now. I've wrestled all over the world. The UK, Japan, and I'm about to wrestle in Australia. So I cannot wait to see who's gonna jump on the money train next.
Hello, it's nice to meet you, Mercedes Renee. If you want a challenge for Australia, well, I came to say, g'day! I'm Holly Cameron, and I'm a local there, and I will not quit. You may know me better backstage as the woman with the tipping point. Yeah, I'm a little crazy, a little insane. And my point, you see what I'm getting at is, I want to ride the Monday train. We feel the wrath, we feel the wrath. And I mean, like, 4 belts is a little much. It can't be good for your back. Feel the wrath, I'll make it plain. I want to ride the Monday train, the Monday train, the Monday train, the Monday train. What do you say?
Harley, darling, I have wrestled all around the world fighting the very best. But you haven't even won a match on AEW TV yet. I mean, not this year, not last year, and certainly not ever. So that's gonna be a hard nar. Now get away from my locker. This is a good song. Feel the wrath.
Harley Cameron's certainly making a compelling case for herself, but the CEO remains unmoved.
Absolutely, I got to get that song on one of my playlists.
How do you not love Harley Cameron, man? And what about the champion that Mercedes becomes?
Next next batters, everyone, ball with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Southampton, England, Jamie Hayter.
We turn our attention to this match, this grudge rematch. Jamie Hayter returning from injury last year, all in London. It was a huge moment for her, jumping back onto the scene, back into the mix of the AEW Women's Division. And she looked sharp, but unfortunately for her, not long after Hayter returned, so did this woman.
And honoring the House of Black, Julia Hart.
It's a very huge rematch from my very first simulcast on Max. Fight for the Fall, and these two ladies are tremendous competitors that you guys have been talking about. And you're looking at the youngest women's champion in AEW history when she won the TBS Championship at age 22. Amazing.
Julia Hart, of course, showed Taz that even with the layoff from injury, she's as devious as ever. Picking up that victory 3 weeks ago, she might have been outgunned in the strength department by Jamie Hayter, but Julia Hart knows how to tip the scales in her favor.
Absolutely, using her athleticism and her abilities. I mean,
and that black mist.
Absolutely, and she knows how to pick her spots with that black mist, which is important. Who knows if that'll be in play here
we saw
in this
last
contest.
Week in the women's casino gauntlet match. As soon as these two entered the match, they were going at it, picking up right where they left off 3 weeks ago. But fans, we've had some huge announcements here tonight on Dynamite. But earlier today, Philadelphia Inquirer broke the news that Dynasty, our April pay-per-view, will be coming to the Leocore Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on Sunday, April 6th. Go to AEWTX.com to sign up to be an AEW insider to get early access. But right now, Jamie Hayter gaining early advantage on Julia Hart, sending her into the barricade.
That's how you set a tone, Shivani, to start the match.
You're not kidding. That's big news, and we're going to find out what shape that Julia Hart's going to be, not only for the 6th of April, but for next week, because she's hit the safety rail hard.
For the next 30 seconds, because remember,
right.
Julia returning from that shoulder injury shortly after Jamie Hayter returning to action last year. And now Julia Hart, though.
I just want to point out, like, oh God, those steps, but the guardrails, I mean, they're sturdy as hell. Those are not, you can see when these ladies hit it, it didn't really even move.
Yeah, those are anchored down. But right now, Jamie Hayter, after sending Julia Hart crashing into the steel steps with the advantage, it was Julia Hart that gained the victory. 3 weeks ago, the missile dropkick connects.
Beautifully done.
Former AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, beautifully as a cover. Smart after that dropkick. Almost got her.
Yeah, that missile drop kick shows that Jamie Hayter's a lot more than just a powerful wrestler. She can move and she can stop on a dime as well.
Yeah, insanely athletic and experienced worldwide is Hayter. Right there, just a running clothesline, hard clothesline by Hart.
Julia Hart throwing her entire body into those shots, trying to match power for power with Jamie Hayter, but Hayter, the back elbow, now off the middle rope. Julia, sweeps out the leg, disastrous landing for Hayter, going down face first.
You're not kidding, face first. Smart idea here. I thought she was going cover, but I like this better than the cover. She's smart.
Jamie Hayter in trouble. Julia Hart to cover the kick out, and the action continues live on Dynamite.
Right now, advantage Shivani goes to Julia Hart here.
Yeah, Taz, notice what happened that time when Julia Hart was pounding the back of the head. She had a smile on her face like she enjoys this violence.
Yes, no, she does. I mean, she wants to capture a victory here. She's got a nice, tight rear choke right here, or rear chin lock, I should say, here applied.
Yeah, and Taz, imagine that in 3 weeks' time, Julia Hart could potentially pick up 2 victories over a former AEW Women's World Champion. That would make a very, very compelling case for Julia Hart to challenge whoever leaves Grand Slam Australia.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, Hayter, though. Sunset flip, though. Roll up. Hayter reversed. Now reverses Julia. Julia bails out. Kick to the... I think that caught Hayter in the sternum. Dropped her down, maybe driving the oxygen out of Jamie Hayter's lungs.
Yeah, she's in the world of hurt right here. And then that flexibility, the gymnastics background, cheerleading background, I should say, of Julia Hart. We've talked about that way back when we saw Julia for the first time many times. You and I have on AEW Dark back in the day.
Yeah. 2-time champion,
national champion in high school, I believe. Yeah, cheerleading.
And now raking the eyes of Jamie Hayter across that top rope. We talked about so many times, also on Dark. Top rope, a misnomer. That's a high-tension steel cable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because it's not a rope doesn't mean it's any more comfortable to have your eyes raked across it. Julia Hart to cover. Hayter, though, kicking out.
What we're seeing from Julia Hart and what we have seen already tonight, we saw Mercedes Moné come out. We know that Toni Storm has returned. I just think the women's division, of course, Mariah made the champion, is in the best shape it's ever been in AEW in our 5+ years.
I mean, you got the addition of Megan Bayne, the powerhouse.
Right. Sure.
The surprise entrant to last week's Women's Casino Gauntlet match. And
see, I don't think this was smart of Julia trying to get to a little fist fight with Hayter. I don't think she's going to win that fist fight.
Yeah, Julia would find herself at a disadvantage were it not for the handful of hair that sends Hayter crashing to the mat.
Yeah, not a smile on the face of Julia right now.
Just a leg drop into an immediate pin.
Leg drop Jones right there across the abdomen, as they call it. Trying to get on these arms, both arms, yeah. Tough to get out of this. Looks like a simple move that you could do like to your little brother or your little friend or whatever you got. But it hurts. It tears your shoulders apart here. I've had this done to me. It's tough to get out of. You grab both your wrists and pull your arms behind your body. How the hell do you get out? It's hard to get out. You got to roll through. That's how. I'll give you the answer and the question.
Great analysis there by the Human Suplex Machine, Taz. And Tony, back to your earlier point, though. Toni Storm bursting back onto the scene. Wait a second. Cover here by Julia Hart. Hayter kicking out as Toni Storm, remember, thinking that she's a rookie here in AEW, the only rookie to ever been AEW Women's World Champion 3 different times.
But she comes in with a lot of enthusiasm. She's got the title shot that she has well deserved, and I loved Timeless Toni Storm. I think we all did, but I really love Toni Storm now, not remembering, but coming back with a lot of enthusiasm.
Just because she shouts Tony time.
Yes, I like that.
Has nothing to do with your first name. Oh, nice heel trip there by Julia Hart. Maintaining control.
Setting her up here.
Action continues live on Dynamite, streaming on Max. On TBS, Julia Hart making the climb to the top. But Jamie Hayter trying to prevent the ascent. But Hayter chopping at the knee.
Yeah, clipped and chopped at the back of that left knee. That was nicely done by Hayter.
This rematch 3 weeks in the making. Julia Hart got the better of Jamie Hayter to kick off the year, but right now, Jamie Hayter fighting her way back into the thick of things.
Tough back suplex off the ropes, tough landing for both ladies.
Avalanche backdrop off the top, and you see both women struggling to their feet.
The great execution by Hayter that time, even though she hit very hard as well. Looking forward to coming back to Houston as many other towns around the U.S.
Well, Taz, Hayter understandably struggling because of the beating that Julia Hart put on her for the last few moments.
Yeah, throughout the bulk of the break, it was Julia Hart on offense, to your point.
Austin and then Brisbane on Saturday. February 15th, look at these two ladies go at it.
Hayter, there's that power we've been alluding to. Cracking the jaw of Julia Hart with those elbow strikes. Reversal, though, by Hart. Telegraphed it, and this time it's Hayter with a handful of hair.
Whiplash.
Yeah, second time Julia Hart getting a taste of her own medicine. Swinging a miss and a German suplex. And remember, Julia Hart, that shoulder injury kept her out of action. And she's landing hard on that shoulder, Taz.
That's tough on those Germans, man. When you have a shoulder issue, and there's a third. See, that's smart by Jamie Hayter. She's in a lot of pain, Julia Hart. She's holding her head. Shoulder's got to be feeling it, guys. Got to be, especially that first one.
I know, the first one landed right on the shoulder, Taz. You're right. The second one did as well. Oh, my God.
Spine buster, 2, and whoa, Julia Hart, last possible moment kicking out. But Jamie Hayter now single leg crab.
Wow, she's really testing the flexibility of Hart right now with the single leg crab.
Julia Hart may be on the verge of giving up. She's trying to make the crawl, trying to get onto that hip. Making the army crawl to the bottom rope to force the break from the referee.
You got to use that bottom rope as an ally. No reason to exert energy if you can get that. It's good mat sense by Julia Hart.
Good mat sense, but something that Julia Hart, her pride, had to take a blow reaching for that rope break.
But you know as well as me, you got to get out of the hold, right? So I get what you're saying, though, about her pride. Look at this counter here.
Oh, look at this, the Manjigatami, the flying octopus hold. Julia Hart, tremendous counter.
That was amazing, absolutely amazing by Julia.
Oh, but Jamie Hayter frees the arm, the backbreaker, and now, look at this, bending Julia Hart in half over Hayter's own knee.
That power advantage is
but the hair pull, the cover, too.
Power advantage is definitely helping Hayter. It's pretty evident, but that was a nice counter by Hart.
Yeah, the devious tactics of Julia Hart paying dividends here. Oh, crucifix bomb, 1, 2, again. Late kick out. This time it was Hart with the advantage. But you can see the physicality of this match taking its toll on both combatants. Back elbow delivered by Julia, and now could be heartless. Or maybe not.
Yeah, I think that's... watch out here.
Wait a second, hate breaker.
Oh, my God.
And Hayter holds on. Hayter,
he's got it. That's got to be it. Got to be it.
3.
What a shot.
Jamie Hayter.
Both these ladies wrestled a hard match, I can tell you that. Heavy hit.
It was the moment that Julia Hart turned her attention away from Jamie Hayter to the crowd here in Knoxville, Tony. That's when Hayter rallied, and that's when Hayter defeated Julia Hart.
And even things up, it's 1-1. These two ladies in 2 matches. Both have put everything on the line. Very physical matchup. Wow, what a match that was. Again, the women's division, better than ever.
Well, the Hayterade securing the victory, but Jamie Hayter not done yet.
This time, do some attempted murder. Don't fancy that today? Now, I'm not one to come out here and butter someone else's bread. That's not how I operate. But I have a very heavy respect for women like you who do what they want to do. No matter what anyone says, you move to the beat of your own drum, whether that's spitting crap in my face or trying to kill me with an arrow. No matter if you have 1 million people behind you, 2 big men standing right next to you, or as you are now, all alone with no one beside you. You're still a tough bitch. You win 1, I win 1, and when you want number 3, you got it.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
Yeah, the rubber match The proposition thrown out by Jamie Hayter. A lot to think about for Julia Hart, but earlier tonight we saw the week that Powerhouse had last week. Let's hear from Will Hobbs right now.
Big Bill, word around town is that you plan on looking for old Powerhouse Hobbs this Saturday on Collision. Well, guess what? Jacksonville is where I got my start, and you don't have to look for me very hard, because I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot.
Well, very ominous challenge thrown out by Powerhouse Hobbs with fans. Our main event, the Bastard, the Rated R Superstar, next on Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. Ricochet, you big and you bad. You think you big and bad now with them sisters in your hand, all right? Yeah, good. Because that's what you're going to need to come at me, the most dangerous man in AEW. 2 weeks from now, Atlanta, Georgia, the chase is done. The Lion finally gets his hand on that freaking rodent. Maybe, just maybe, I catch it a little sooner than that.
Swerve Strickland doesn't want to wait till Atlanta to get his hands on Ricochet, but fans, earlier today we received this message from Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart.
For years, we've had a voice to guide us. That voice was all but deafening. Now, that voice has gone silent.
And we are done living in the shadows.
It's time to honor ourselves. No rules.
No leaders.
No gods.
No masters.
Just violence. When we bark together.
Well, this Saturday, Brody King, Buddy Matthews taking on the Gates of Agony, all a part of Collision Homecoming, live from Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's Place on TNT and streaming on Max. But now it's time for our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dynamite main event is set for one fall. Introducing first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, the Rated R Superstar,
The Rated R Superstar, Adam Copeland, whatever you want to call him. He is a man that has just about done it all in professional wrestling, Taz. And you were there to witness a very large part of his career.
Absolutely, I was. Not just being in the ring, yet someone calling a lot of his matches he's had for so many years. So for sure, it's kind of surreal. Still calling this guy's matches. He still looks amazing. Cope gets it done still, man.
I think it was an amazing moment that he signed with AEW. It was one of the great moments we have had. But man, his opponent does not care about his accolades.
His opponent from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing 217 pounds. He is 1/3 of the AEW World Trios Champion. He is a Bastard Pack.
The first ever AEW International Champion, a multi-time AEW World Trios Champion, and a very dangerous member of the Death Riders. And that's, I mean, it's almost impossible to quantify who is more dangerous than the next when it comes to the Death Riders, but Pac is up there, Tony.
Yeah, he is, and if there's ever a person in AEW that exemplifies the term bastard, he really does. He can do so many things. We have really two of the most talented wrestlers in the world going at it here tonight.
And you know, Tony, you talk about how Cope signing with AEW was such a major moment. It was a major moment for a number of reasons, mainly because at one point, Cope's career was thought to be over because of the neck injury, Taz. Right. So he's gotten this new lease on life. But we've seen that the Death Riders have no compunctions about targeting that surgically repaired neck of Cope.
Oh, and I think that's, in my opinion, after we just said too, and I was thinking that also, I do think Pac, that will be his game plan if he can, as these two men lock up right here with a tie-up. But this Pac is a super well-decorated professional wrestler, so highly skilled to the point you guys were making. That man right there, he can get her done, I can tell you, as can Adam Copeland, obviously.
And Cope, of course, very aware of the resume, the in-ring resume of Pac, knows how well-traveled he is, not winning championships, not just in the United States, but Japan, in his native England as well, all over Europe, and now Pac.
Quick round kick there, right to the hamstring.
Yeah,
he's got the height advantage, right? Cope does, so you bring him down a notch or two. I think that's smart.
I think there's another story at play here, and that is the fact that Copeland has put his sights on Jon Moxley like everyone has. Jon Moxley, to me, wants to avoid Cope, and here he sends Pac out. And Pac's mission is not only to win a match here, guys. It goes further than that.
Now, Pac, the front chancery was reversed by Cope. Cope has the hammerlock, but we saw Pac going after the ankle of the Rated R Superstar. And remember, it was double or nothing last year. Cope jumping off the steel cage, fracturing his tibia, getting that steel plate put in there. The 7 screws it took to stabilize his leg. Not a fact that may also be lost on Pac.
And I know Copeland worked very, very hard to get back, trained. He went through a lot of physical therapy. He is a determined man, and who knows, he may become the world champion before this career is over.
Well, right now, Cope seems to be one move ahead of Pac in this wrestling contest. They've been trying to out-wrestle each other here, and got to give a little bit of the advantage thus far to Cope.
Pac also, talking about AEW Originals, he's a man, Taz, that over the last 5... Oh, wait, cover here by Cope. He's a man that we've seen has, it's almost seemingly endless higher and higher gears. He can push the pace. Just as soon as you think Pac is being outpaced, he can kick it up an extra notch.
He's special. Pac can go. He's got what we call a motor, and he's had that for many years. So, he's well decorated throughout the world, is Pac.
And I think the black arrow that he uses is the single most spectacular move in AEW. And we've got a lot of spectacular moves, but no body control like the black arrow. Let's see if he can put it on.
Cope off the middle rope. Oh, look at this. Cope T. Harris taking Pac.
Don't see that
to
much.
The outside.
First rope Jones.
And I think catching
I don't like how this looks
Pac
here.
by surprise as Cope elevated up and over the top, finds his feet on the ring apron, back into the ring, back body drop. Now it's Pac that finds his feet on the ring apron, shoulder to the midsection. The bastard goes off the top. Pac was inside the ring. Oh, look at this. Cope baited him in. Wow. Swept out the legs. And now,
what's he got in mind here?
What's Cope doing? Cazadora. Oh, face first into the steps, courtesy of the Rated R Superstar.
Big time power right there. That's tough to do.
Yeah, good man.
Very tough to do right there by Adam Copeland. A lot of strength there.
Wow, man. These two guys can go. Holy smokes.
And now Cope sends Pac into that barricade. That heavy, solid barricade.
So right there, I'm sorry, Cope broke the count. The referee was about to count him out, so it was a good job. Veteran move there, Excalibur, by Cope.
Which means he's not done on the outside with Pac.
That is a 10 count here on the outside in AEW as Cope depositing Pac stomach first, or abdomen first, as you called it, Taz.
That's abdomen.
No, you said a weird emphasis on it.
Abdomen. Yeah, buddy, he deposited him. You're right.
Cope doing a good job, rolling in, breaking the count, resetting things on the floor. He knows how this game of the Death Riders is played.
No, wait. Oh. Good God.
Shot. What a shot right there.
He put the table back for us, too.
Oh, gentlemen.
Smokes, yeah.
As now, Cope, once again with the advantage. Pac's head bounced off our solid oak announce desk. Pac to the outside, trying to recollect himself, but was that a kick to the knee? I think by Pac. Oh,
shot to the head.
Oh my God!
You don't see that much.
Yeah, we talked about the neck injuries of Copeland and Pac. a very vicious attack, the side of Cope's neck. Oh, look at this.
That's the opening he was looking for, and he used the ring as a weapon, did Pac.
On the assault, on the attack is the Bastard.
Let's hear from Bryce, because the neck injury you talked about, he was checking with Cope.
Bryce Rensburg, the referee. Yes, you're right. He's doing a great job here.
Yeah.
Getting all over Pac.
Yeah, Pac's not here to win a popularity contest.
But listen, Adam Copeland overcame so much to come back to wrestling, and that blow to the side of the head, I don't know if it changed the complexion of his comeback or the match or what, but that was serious.
Well, hold on. Looks like Pac is lining them up here, and Pac, as we've been laying out, not just his talent, but he's dangerous, highly dangerous, and there's the talent.
Pac throwing his body into the Rated R Superstar. Cope and fans, our main event continues live on Dynamite.
Well, look at the eyes of Cope. He's blinking the eyes, man. He's in dire straits right now, and
yeah, he's kind of his eyes are glazed over a bit, and because when you hit the corner of the ring, I mean there is zero give.
Yeah,
it's hard as hell. And the side of his head area, his ear, I couldn't really tell what it was, his jaw, maybe his temple.
I mean, even at its most basic, it's like whiplash. It's like getting sideswiped in a car.
Yeah, exactly.
And Pac was that car, and he has definitely damaged the neck of Adam Copeland. Perhaps, I mean, I say perhaps, but almost guaranteed to be under the orders of Jon Moxley, our AEW World Champion.
There is no doubt, I talked about it, that Moxley has tried to avoid Adam Copeland. He cannot. And Jon Moxley knows that everybody's after him, including, as we heard earlier, Jeff Jarrett.
MJF as well, but right now, lateral press.
Listen, guys, Moxley's the world champion. Okay, everyone should be going after the world champion.
Right.
That's what you're here for. If you don't want to be the world champion, you shouldn't be at a company this size. You want to make the most money. You want the biggest prize. It's the world title. Moxley knows that. Moxley's going to use his soldiers to run defense for him, and I don't blame him. It's smart by Mox.
Snap suplex there by Pac, but Taz, I mean, to that point, though, it seems about, for Jon Moxley, it's about more than money. It's more than being the champion. It's almost playing keep away from everyone else.
Well, you don't even see the championship. That's the thing to your point. You don't see the championship because that's kind of how Mox is running it. You know what I mean, Schiavone? He's kind of just, that championship where you can only, as a cover, we only could assume it's in the briefcase that we see Marina carrying around, right? We assume it's in there.
Right.
So, in essence, I get what, Excalibur's saying. It's kind of like he's holding the championship hostage, per se.
Yeah, well, you know what? Jon Moxley is a smart guy. I know he looks like he's a brawler and doesn't know what he's doing.
Super intelligent.
You're exactly right. Super intelligent. And he has built himself, as you mentioned, Taz, soldiers. And these soldiers are fine athletes who are going to protect.
Studs. You're right.
Yeah.
Shivani, you're right. They're not. When I say soldiers, I mean that in a complimentary fashion.
Of course.
They're beasts, man.
Handpicked.
Now, top rope Jones here, so Pac can do whatever he wants up there. He's well versed on the top rope.
Oh man, look at Cope's still holding the side of his head. Oh man,
big time missile drop kick, hit its mark, kip up, showing the athleticism is Pac.
Pretty arrogant as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Copeland seems like he's another world. Here's your cover.
Covered. Pac driving that forearm into the jaw of the Rated R Superstar. And you saw Copeland, he was flexing those fingers, trying to get the feeling back, maybe some numbness there.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. And where does Pac go? Right to the upper neck, the upper spine region. Now with a version of a bulldog choke himself here.
Yeah, maybe
made famous by Mox.
All in service of that bulldog choke, potentially even the brutalizer as well.
True. Got to get yourself the overhook, and you're going to get that.
We are live on Dynamite. Our main event is in the ring. The Bastard Pac with the advantage on the Rated R Superstar, Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope. The game plan has been evident, Taz. Pac has been dismantling, destroying, attacking the neck of Copeland.
And you can see Cope trying to get that left hand under the bicep and forearm to prevent getting choked out with this bulldog choke by Pac. Yeah. He's trying. That's the right thing. You want to either attack the grip,
right,
or get your hand and get some separation. Try to get that crook of the man's arm off of your throat.
Yeah, and we're going to stay with this one here on Max and TBS as long as it takes. And let's see if Adam Copeland can mount a comeback.
How about Pac? Snap suplex.
Great snap suplex. Shorter than the man. Not as tall as Copeland. His hips are already under Copeland, so he can peel off that snap suplex like that.
Yeah, great leverage for Pac. As Copeland, you can see, struggling up to his feet. Gets the boot up into the jaw, though, of the charging bastard. And Copeland, John! Whoa, drop kick!
When you have those long limbs like Cope does, man, and you extend on that type of drop kick, that's what you do. You turn your opponent inside out. Let's take another look at this. Watch this impact here. Bam! There's another angle of the same drop kick. Unreal, man. Look at that.
Taz, it was a desperation move, as you can tell, because Copeland is still down as we go back to live action here. Still down.
Yeah, it has been a full-on assault on the neck of the Rated R superstar, most presumably under the orders of John Moxley, our AEW World Champion, the general, the leader of the Death Riders, of which Pac is a loyal soldier who ducks underneath the lariat attempt. Oh, and Cope drives down Pac.
Face first right there. Pac landing hard. Could have been his sternum, could have been his nose, could have been his cheek, his mouth. When you land Flapjack Jones like that, it's tough.
And fans, coming up this Saturday, AEW Collision, our homecoming in Jacksonville, Florida. We will see tag team action. Brody King, Buddy Matthews taking on the Gates of Agony, plus trios action as the Undisputed Kingdom take on Daniel Garcia, the TNT champion, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange, plus Tony Storm goes face-to-face with AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May ahead of their battle at Grand Slam Australia. And Tony Khan has just made it official. Brian Cage and Will Ospreay, one of the huge matches that we saw last year. They will face off as the sky high there by Cope. Oh, Pac able to kick out 1 week from tonight. Cage and Ospreay live on Dynamite. Plus, Jeff Jarrett, Claudio Castagnoli has been made official. And then in 2 weeks' time, Dynamite, our return to Atlanta, Georgia. Swerve Strickland, Ricochet, one-on-one.
You know, we saw Cage and Ospreay before. They have one of the best matches we've ever seen on Dynamite. Look for that match coming up on Collision. Look for that match coming up on Collision.
That's on Dynamite this coming Wednesday, Tony. Sorry to correct you, but right now, Cope struggling back into this match.
Yeah, Cope is in bad way, but man, he's trying to battle. He's fighting here. He knows Pac's down. He's trying to feed off the 12th man, this crowd, this audience here in Knoxville.
Cope, he was thinking maybe Impaler.
I think you're right, and Pac felt it and got out.
Drops to his stomach. Sometimes the simplest defense is the most effective.
Yep, true. Drop your weight. Arm ringer right there. Oh, wow.
A kick to the leg, that surgically repaired leg of Adam Copeland.
And you could hear these shots.
Remember, a plate plus 7 screws is what it took to reconstruct that broken tibia of Adam Copeland. But right now, swinging for the fences with that lariat, and Cope connects.
Some serious impact. Pac, he just got drilled.
It's one of the things that makes what makes Adam Copeland what he is, man. Just never say die. Phenomenal athlete. I think the best shape of his life right now.
The Impaler, but you could see all the damage to Cope's neck did not allow him to immediately make the cover. Instead, Pac rolling free. Copeland up to the corner.
He's thinking. Cope is thinking. That's what the great ones do. They think. They're figuring it out right now. You're watching them think on the fly here.
Good call,
what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got an idea.
This usually means a spear will be incoming, but with the damage to the neck, Copeland. Oh, wait a second.
Nice leapfrog, yeah.
Pac anticipated it. Now, Cope has him in the fireman's carry. But Pac, look at this. Pac transitions. The brutalizer to the standing Copeland.
Great counter.
Wow, Pac is amazing what he can do.
And you saw it on the face of Copeland. He realized that he just stepped in it. He gifted this to Pac.
Got to hang on, Pac. You got to keep that thing cinched in. He's got that S grip locked in. He's got the legs scissored.
Oh, and Copeland
got to the ropes.
Yeah, desperation and self-preservation all in one maneuver there, falling into the ropes to force the break.
A little frustration on the face of Pac. He knows he had him now. But that's, again, what a guy like, like Cope with all the championships, all the success, a big-time player for decades, he knows how to get out of stuff like that by using the ropes, by getting to the ropes.
And we've been talking up Pac, his resume, his record. And many people think of him as a high flyer, but he's so multifaceted. Oh, wait a second, Pac, looking for a German suplex. The different elements of Pac's game is what makes him so dangerous. And look at that thrust kick to the base of the neck. Cope is stunned. And Pac now pump kick.
Wow, to the back of that beam, man. Right to the base of German.
A German suplex. And you saw immediately Bryce Remsburg, the referee. I can't remember the last time I've seen Copeland suplex like that.
Well, because the referee, Bryce Remsburg, he wants to check. Sure. And Pac's got to back off for a bit to let the referee check him and see if he can defend himself.
And you can tell, I really think Pac wants to put the brutalizer on. There it is.
Pac sliding in. Brutalizer is locked. Center of the ring. Cope in trouble here.
Good God. How much more can Copeland take to that neck?
Taz, this could very well be a tap or snap situation for Copeland.
Yeah, no, Cope's in trouble, bro. I'm telling you.
And he rolled Cope up on his head.
Stack up. Oh, he could have. Well, it's easy to say from here. He could have pinned him there. Cope could have, but again, I'm sitting here, not in the ring.
What a Superman effort this is to get to his feet.
Cope to his feet and drives down the bastard.
Can he follow up, though? Can he follow up? You got to follow up, Cope. I know it's tough. We're deep in the fourth quarter here.
And that was an amazing counter by Cope, but he can barely pull himself up here, Taz.
The Rated R superstar Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope the Bastard Pac, battling it out in our main event live on Dynamite. Spear to the lower back by Copeland.
You don't see that much, but man, that was effective.
And Copeland a second spear.
Really attacking the core right now of Pac.
But you see Copeland, he's struggling with that neck injury. All that damage done by Pac, paying dividends in this moment, Taz.
Plus, when you have those neck injuries, they linger. I'm telling you from experience, you get that numbness even on offensive moves, and that's probably what Cope is dealing with.
Cope up to his feet first. Pac over to the ropes, trying to get in position for a potential rope break with whatever Copeland has in mind, but instead, Cope, center of the ring!
God, a cutter.
Big time TKO style cutter from Copeland. The cover and the win!
Wow, what a win! The Rated R Superstar Cope!
A very well executed game plan by the Bastard Pac. But a gutsy performance by the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland to score the win tonight in our Dynamite main event.
Absolutely. What a battle by two tremendous competitors, two great wrestlers.
Yeah, you saw Copeland clutching those fists very tight, Taz. You have to imagine some numbness in those fingertips and those extremities. And
I told you, Cope. It's a jungle out there.
Wait a second, that's oh my God.
It's a Rock and Roll Express. Been doing some marketing for us.
The Rock and Roll, they...
Stay right there.
Cash is taped up. Like,
Jackson
Dax lost up Dax, too.
The Rock and Roll Express, two men who just redefined tag team wrestling.
Oh my God, he's all by himself.
And now
by himself
Copeland
here
without any allies as the Death Riders marching towards what could be an execution.
You might want to get out of here, Cope. You got the victory. Get the hell out of here, dude.
He's got Pac behind him, too. He keeps looking back and looking forward.
But now the ringside area filling up. The Death Riders surrounding the ring. And Cope very short on allies.
trapped. Cope is trapped. And his allies are all Cope tied up backstage.
Yeah, well, Cope had to fight. You knew he wasn't going to run from this at all. And there, look at it.
Those rabbit punches, the back of the neck, and now Pac driving the knee. The Death Riders, this is more than about defending Jon Moxley's AEW World Championship. This is about potentially ending the career of Copeland, but look at this. Just when we thought Copeland was out of allies, in comes a switchblade.
Perfect timing. Great help for Cope.
Jay White going to the aid of the Rated R Superstar, sending Castagnoli into the stands, and now Pac and Jay White. Moxley, the boot to the midsection. Wait a second!
Great counter by Jay.
The low blow from Yuta.
Yuta, excellent job, like it or not. Man, that was smart.
There was a Blade Runner very shortly in the future of our AEW World Champion, but Yuta, the low blow, and once again, the Death Riders.
Remember, FTR is all tied up, wrapped up, taped up, and everything backstage, thanks to the Death Riders.
Yeah, and thanks to that low blow, it stopped the Switchblade from executing. Well, look at this. Executing the Blade Runner.
What the hell are these people doing here?
Look at this Cope.
Look at
the 1,000-mile stare in the eyes. And now the Bulldog choke. It's locked in by Moxley.
It's easy to do it now after this match that he had, and when you got so many people helping you in the ring.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous hold, especially after your neck is banged up dealing with Pac in the match. Cope is fading away, getting choked out.
Yeah, it's not just about how it restricts the blood flow in the carotid artery. It's about the damage, the pressure applied to the neck, that surgically repaired neck of Copeland.
I will break it!
Jon Moxley delivering a sermon on violence to the Rated R Superstar along with the Death Riders.
What impact,
there they go,
by the Death Riders.
Adam Copeland, he's going to need some serious medical attention, fans. We thank you for joining us here tonight. We will see you Saturday night for Collision.